Here we go. Here we go. It looks like I have... There we go. All right. All right. Let's let's try to get this let's get this. Okay, we are showing live. I had to actually reload the whole YouTube section. Now we just wait for everyone to come back in. Okay, we're just gonna let me refresh. There we go. Go back here. I'll go back to Facebook and update the link. Let's go here. Edit. There we go. Edited that. Saved it. That cleared stuff up on my end. No buffering audio. 222. 12. Yeah, you should be fine now. I had to restart. Yahoo. YouTube. Yahoo. God, long day. Long day. I also changed my latency. I had ultra low before. I should have been fine. Because I think I'm pushing the show at 720p. I'm like, yeah, let's just add a little bit of buffer so there's going to be a longer loop between you guys and my talking back to you. But everything should be smoother now. So how'd you stumble onto the show, Philip? Waiting for everybody else to get back in. There we go. Still only got one person on. I've been told that my show's just been popping up in people's feeds in the local area. Because I believe it should come up with some with live streams, New Hampshire, some crap like that. Okay, we got another person jumping on. Normally, believe it or not, the show is smooth. we don't have these issues. He said subscribed a while ago. Realized that I didn't have notification for the live, and saw you were on. Oh, so okay. Do you follow me on Facebook too, or are you subscribed there? If not, do it. Get all the goodies there. Yeah, we were doing the show on Facebook Live. And then Facebook decided to stop my ability to live stream or do anything like that for a month because of a bogus, I'm sure you've read it, bogus charge. I plead not guilty. Nancy says it's working for you now. Good, fantastic. There might be a little bit more of a delay. I tweaked a couple settings. I had to restart my YouTube backend, and I had to, I didn't have to, but I decided to add a little latency lag there to make sure that your quality is better, but there might be just a slight more lag from when you type something and then I answer it back. Again, tonight's coffee, pistachio cream from New England Brand Coffee. It is not sponsored, but New England Brand Coffee, you are more than welcome to sponsor me. Still trying to get Wrangler Jeans to sponsor me. Wrangler Jeans, another shout out. 3638s. 3638s. 5-star. Not your expensive stuff. You know, your basic stuff. 5-star, regular fit, 36, 38s. Any color's fine. You never know. You never know. Still waiting for everyone to trickle back in. Hey, how'd you two like the Thunder Boomers last night? No, Friday night. Not last night, Friday night. We don't usually get hit here. Man, we had a whole evening of rain, then light rain, then heavy rain, then light rain, then heavy rain, then light rain. Marvelous, marvelous light shows. I was on the phone with Gus darn near the whole time. He wasn't doing the show, but well, Friday night we don't do a show anyways. But I called up Gus and sat and yacked. They were still up north. Boy, it wreaked some havoc by driving over to Vermont. It's like down trees everywhere. Okay, we got some more people in there. Judy's got to be one of them. So come on, we need Judy, Laurel. Connie hasn't been showing up, but Connie's been yakking with me on the back end on Facebook. Hey, there she is. Judy says I'm back. Welcome back to the show. Oh, got some more people popping in. Sorry for that lag. For those people popping in, I had to restart the back end. I tweaked something. There might be a little bit more of a lag between when you say something and I say back, but everything should be smoother on your end. Now, what was I getting to? I was getting to the studio. Man, I can't wait to get the new studio up and running. You know. Nancy said Jim was out smoking pork butt, and I have a video of him around 10 p.m. grilling in the storm. Yeah, that must have been interesting. Yeah, we were just sitting on the front porch. I had my feet up on the rail, and like I said, yakking with Gus. He was up north. Just watching away. Was out smoking pork butt. What was he, getting it ready for the next day? Did he start it that night and then smoke it all night and get it ready for Saturday? Or was he getting it ready to take it out? If he's still smoking and ready to take it out, it's pretty late in the evening. I mean, the storm hit what, about 6, 7 o'clock? Judy says might get some rain tonight. You hope? Yeah, you need it. You need it. We didn't need it. I mean, it's fine, but we didn't need it. Phil says, I'm over in White River, Vermont now. Got a little bit of wind, but it was pretty heavy rain-wise for a short time. Need more rain. Now, do you live there? Now, you said White River. Are you talking about White River Junction or someplace else? Nancy says, yeah, Kyle got married in our backyard. Oh, hey, give him my best. Say the Cowboy says, have fun. None of this 8-second shit. Wow. So same gal she was, he's been seeing for what 3-4 years now? Kyle plays the guitar, too. He plays better than I do. Yeah. He's been playing longer than I have been. He was smoking all day and night on Friday. Wow, that's a long smoke. It's a long smoke. I would have just put it in if it was the next day. I'd have put it in before I went to bed, got up in the morning. Now, do you guys do you have an electric smoker, or does he have to keep on going out there and making sure the temperature's right and throwing in the chips? Chips or chunks? Oh, you said no. So it's a different one. Oh, it's a different gal. Okay. Okay. Well, she better be a keeper if he decided to marry her. It's like, oh shit, the whole gang's in here. Gonna have to. Oh shit, John's bringing everybody from New Hampshire. It's like, no, I didn't bring anybody. They're just finding their way in. Charcoal, yeah, I got wood charcoal. That's what I do. Off burner. So you got your smoke area, and then you got your firebox to the side. Yeah. Well, good deal. Good deal. Wonderful. I'm sure that everybody had a fantastic time. He was smoking pork, chicken, and sausage. Yeah, that pork took longest, right? That chicken and sausage don't take too long. Pork butt and shoulder. Pork butt is not a butt. Yeah, pork butt or shoulder. That takes a good long time to do it right. Oh, but it's worth it. It is worth it. Mm. Well, that's good. It's good. The kid get married. Start a family. Wood fired says Philip. Wood fired, and I have an electric pellet smoker that's nothing like the wood fired. No, they're just easier. They're just easier. And you can get good stuff with the electric pellets. I mean, it's okay. It's a lot easier. I thought about going electric. I have my other one. I love the wood and or charcoal. Then throwing in your wood chips on there. But it takes more finesse. It's not set and forget. It takes more finesse. So I like, okay, it's going to be going to have stuff smoked for dinner. So get up about 2 or 3 in the morning and start the smoker. If I know people are going to be showing up 3, 4, 5 o'clock, and then just take my time all day. That's when I sit and I don't drink a lot of beer. I drink it with dinner, but not a lot of beer. What was I saying? I drink it with dinner, but not a lot of beer. Yeah, so a beer or two at dinner. The right amount, the perfect amount for me is a beer and a half. Is the perfect amount. So oh man, we got to get ourselves a kegerator and get nice ice cold beer. Get it in the kegs. It's a lot more efficient. But then we looked at the prices. We did that on was it last show or the show before last? One of those shows we got on. I was like, holy shit! Yeah, no kegerators in our immediate future, unless of course Kegerator would like to sponsor the show. Then they can send me one. Peggy, hey, welcome to the show, Peggy. You missed a lot of the excitement. Talked about all the plans that I've got going on here, and then the system all screwed up, and I had to shut down the show and reboot the show, and people had to come on over. Nancy's oldest got hitched this Saturday. Congratulations, Kyle. Just once a week, beat her once a week, whether she needs it or not. Keeps her in line. They understand things. It's just right down to the count. It's like, oh my God, I don't believe he said that. No, you follow that advice. That's on you. Oh my goodness. It's like, yeah, we go old school, but we don't need to go quite that old school. Now, spanking now and again. Spanking is not a beating. They're two different things. Oh, goodness gracious. You people are going to get me in trouble. But he said to. Get over here. Oh, my goodness. Judy says spanking is a good thing, but a beating will get you a bullet. Stop it. Stop it. Coors Silver Bullet. She's talking about Coors Silver Bullet. We do not advocate violence on this show. Oh, they're moving to Amish country? Oh, yeah. Hey, they're going to get worse advice than I just gave. Oh, yeah. What, they going to Pennsylvania? Are they going to Pennsylvania? Not that that's the only place that they have Amish. Trust me, that's not the only place they have Amish. That's one of the biggest communities around the Northeast. So, what was, are they going to Pennsylvania? You wait for the lags. Amish country. They can get some good cabinets made. She says, yeah, sad for me. It's not that far. Well, hell, Pennsylvania. You should be able to drive there and... depending upon where. Hell, it's only what, 5 or 6 hour drive? Hey! Orion's on the show. Welcome to the show, Orion. Yeah, it's basically a good day drive. So it's not that. And they're young. Tell them to get their butts out and you just say you drive back up here. They're young. And then you can use the same thing I said. Hey, it's only a casual day drive. Get on up here. 6 hours. See, I was right. I was in the ballpark. I was trying to think of where it was, and it's like, yeah, it should be northeast ish, Pennsylvania. Yeah. See, 6 hours. That's hell. Me and the missus have been out driving around New Hampshire for longer than that. Make a trip of it. Amish country. What brings them to Amish country? Do you get a job there? She got a job there. So, my God, John is so nosy tonight. Yeah, it's content. Let's sit and talk. Yeah, 6 hours isn't bad. Oh, that's a trip. What, down to Connecticut? Oh, his job in Manchester would be working remotely, so he'll be able to be back. Yeah. So he can his job. Okay, and Kyle's been working in Manchester. I don't recall what he was doing, but he's working in Manchester, and he can work remotely. So they're choosing Amish country. What was the choice there? What was that? What was the reasoning? Getting it. Yeah, I can imagine getting the hell out of Manchester is his goal. Absolutely. He can take a 20-minute drive out of Manchester. He's out of Manchester. It's like, oh hell. Hey, why didn't he go up to Tuftonboro or something like that? Moultonboro or Tuftonboro, someplace up by the lake. You know, property's cheaper. Taxes are cheaper, and he's still in New Hampshire. Amish country. What the hell? Well, that's a big goal. It's like, Why'd you move to Okinawa? I needed to get out of Concord, New Hampshire. Okinawa? Well, you know, that's the way it goes. Wow. From Manchester to Amish country. Oh my goodness. That's a bipolar move right there. You know, you can do baby steps. That's, you know. Wow. Would you piss him off, Nancy? The hell. Oh my goodness. Wow. And my instinct is to always look over there. You can't see, but it's over there. Everything's backwards. It's over there. My clock's on the wall, and it says it's 6 o'clock. Permanently, my battery died the other day. So, oh, okay. So real estate is so much cheaper there. Yeah, and they love the farms. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I know you guys used to go to. I know you guys used to go to Amish country. Still, my goodness. Well, hell, Arkansas is cheaper real estate too. Oh, and they get some beautiful farms. Oh my goodness. Well, hey, I wish the young couple all the best. Well, yeah, it's only 6 hours. You guys can make it. Yeah, Phil says, I understand getting out of Manchester and getting away from all the drugs and shootings down that way. Yeah, well, so we used to live in Manchester. Lived up on the hill. As I say, shit rolls downhill. So it gets worse the further down the hill. Couple blocks from where we lived was not good. Not good. Where we lived was fine. Don't tell him that about Arkansas. Yeah, you want bang for your buck? Hey, go down to Louisiana. I hope you like bugs and high humidity, but hey, the property tax and the real estate is cheap. Oh, my goodness. But yeah, I didn't have any problems living in Manchester. I knew where to not go. Used to go street shooting all the time, even after I left. Didn't have any problem. Then I get 6'4" cowboy with a gun on his hip, doesn't have too many problems with drugs and shooting in Manchester. It was funny. The cops would always me, hey, cowboy. It didn't take him but a handful of people calling the cops on me for them to figure out who the hell I was. That's just the cowboy. Oh. Yeah, you didn't tell me, Phil. Do you live? You said White River? Is that White River Junction or White River? And do you live there now? He said, I used to hang out at the bad side of town when I was younger. Yeah, they got a couple areas. A little bit sketchy. A little bit sketchy. You know, it's all those white supremacists that are living there that's the problem. Those who follow my content know exactly what I'm talking about. No, no, it's not. No, it's not. Yeah, White River Junction, Vermont. Yeah. I was just up there. It's like I said, I got property now, and I'm not going to say where, but I got property in Vermont, and on our way home we drive up 5, and we skirt over into New Hampshire through Claremont. God, I hate Claremont. Oh. Nancy says, Kyle, either you know his size and he's always carrying. They're just tired of it. Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah, Kyle's a big boy, too. I think he's got more weight than me, though. At least he did. He got more weight than me. But, yeah, No, I get it, and I think he was living in the mill yard, right? It wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. There's worse places. Oh my goodness, you're making me cry, people. White River Junction. What the hell brought you to White River Junction? They got a bar in White River Junction, don't they? I think it's right on 5. It's right on 5. Just past the, just north of the junction that runs over into Claremont. I forget the name of that bar. Lord, it had to have been freaking ages. Let's see. Lady. Oh. See, there you go. It's always a lady. That's what brought me here. It's always a lady. Well, it wasn't what brought me here. It's what kept me here. Fancy Mills? Oh, the mill yard? Yeah. Yeah, Fancy Mills. Yeah, I haven't been inside those buildings. I mean, some of them are okay. And I think they got some college areas down there, too. I think they got some dorms or something like that. I don't know. I walked down through there a couple times. It's not good street photography down there. There's nothing exciting going on. So, yeah, I used to walk the shitty parts of Manchester. Phil says, yeah, I'm a mile from the antique train downtown. See, I don't know. I don't know the area that well. I don't know the area that well. Nancy says, Phil, great answer. Some good barbecue joints to go to? Well, yeah, I've heard that shit before, too. Oh, man, you should try this one. Yeah, been there sucks. Been there sucks. Oh, I'd like to get a good barbecue up here. Yeah, they're okay. I just have higher standards. When you do your own barbecue, oh, yeah, it's like, oh, you're close. Or, no, not at all. There's a barbecue joint in Ossipee. I forget what New England pork something, whatever the hell that. Let's try to find this out. Ossipee barbecue, Yankee Smokehouse. There we go. Yankee Smokehouse. We'll never freaking go there again. Oh my God! And everybody, oh, it's the best barbecue around. Blah 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 blah. I'll bet you I can go right here. Yeah, Facebook. It's got a 4 out of 5 star rating, and there's another one. Oh, that's Smoking Guns in Ossipee. Never been there. TripAdvisor, 4 out of 5 stars. Well, we went there, and I can tell you what, I was not impressed. I was not impressed. Philip says, yeah, when you go downtown, you can smell the smokers running. Yeah, that's only half the story. All smokers smell good. All smokers smell good. You know that. All smokers smell good. I just got to have good stuff. But hey, if you like it, that's great. And if I'm ever in the area in the daytime and need to eat, I will stop on in to some of the barbecue joints in White River Junction, Vermont. Yeah, I'm just I'm rough. I'm rough. I am rough. The same way I tell you, most people, they can't cook. People think they can cook. They can't cook. It's always, oh, you're going to somebody's house to eat. It's like, oh, God, please. Don't let them be those people. They've been cooking this way for 40 years, and everybody loves their food. And you go there and you go, no. Here's another one. Another restaurant. Hart's Turkey Farm. Oh, my God. No. Oh, it's wonderful food. Yeah, if you're 98 years old and you don't want food with flavor, it's Hart's Turkey Farm. Go ahead and do it. It's up in Winnipesaukee. It's north of Laconia. It's Meredith. Is it officially in Meredith? Oh my God, no. It says I'll look up Big Fatty's Barbecue and Wicked Awesome Barbecue. Those in White River Junction. See, I like a place that can do a good brisket. There's only a place that can't do a good brisket. Just no flavor, no juice. It's like, no, good brisket. Give me good brisket. Shoulder's good. Get a nice pulled pork. That's fine. A lot easier to do that than a good brisket. It's easy to screw up a brisket. Pulled pork, you can sort of mess it up and throw some more juices back in it, and a little bit of sauce and some stuff like that. Nancy says, Hearts, it's like bad dinner food. It's horrible. It has no flavor. The turkey has been overcooked every time. We'd stopped there several times over the years, more than several, at least several. And it's like, maybe we just ordered the wrong thing, and each time we ordered something different. And it's like, oh my God! And how do you mess up mashed potatoes? They tasted like boxed potatoes with no flavor in this. We felt like we were, every time we went there, we felt like we were eating at like an old folks home. And she said, that's why we rarely eat out. Yeah, I hate spending money. I tell them, you get online, you go, okay, if it's low stars, don't go. If it's 5 stars, you're still rolling the dice, because most people don't freaking know what good food is. No, Hart's Turkey Farm, no, gross. It's no flavor. No, you couldn't put enough salt and pepper and anything else on their food to make it worth your while. It's like, it was nasty every single time. Every single time. So there's some places that we go, okay, the Longhorn, you'll get a decent meal. I think it's overpriced for what you get, but you'll get it. Generally, you're not going to get something that's shitty. Texas Roadhouse, again, good food, good prices. Texas Roadhouse is always a safe bet. Applebee's, believe it or not, used to be, but not anymore, at least up in these parts. But yeah, it's tough going out and trying to find some place and worth spending your money. It's like, damn, I can go to the grocery store and I can get all the ingredients for less. Bring it home and cook the shit right. And trust me, we've done that sometimes. It's like, oh, I want this. Yeah, let's just go and get our own stuff. But yeah. Texas Roadhouse, they're consistently good. Hey, and you know, Nancy, they're bringing Texas Roadhouse up into Concord. Did you hear the story about that? Were you on the show when I explained about that mess, the before Texas Roadhouse mess? Because it's not there yet. You'll like this one. If you haven't, just let me know. Because if you've heard it, I won't tell it again. If you haven't, I'll let you know. Still waiting. Did you hear it? Still waiting. Still waiting. Waiting. Well, still shows signal going out well. We're fine. Right, you know construction has begun. Okay, so you haven't heard the story. The story has absolutely nothing to do with Texas Roadhouse. Just letting you know. Me and the missus were on the way home from my property in Vermont. So already it was back months ago. And we're thinking, oh man, it's hungry. It was about noon, maybe 1 o'clock. It's like, oh man, we're hungry. Because we had to take care of business in the morning. So went over there, drove back. Again, it's at least a 3-hour full round trip. So it's about 1 o'clock. I think it's about 1 o'clock. We're hungry. Like, oh man, what do we want to eat? Damn, we hate spending our money. There ain't shit. We're driving through Concord. And I'm like, oh. Right, not through. We're getting towards Concord. And I'm like, oh, you know what I like? Man, I love deep fried mushrooms. And one of the places, and I can't say that I enjoyed all of their food. because I didn't. But they're deep fried mushrooms, spot on every damn time. Newicks. Now, for folks who know, that's where the Texas Roadhouse is going in, is where Newicks used to be. It's up on the heights. So I'm like, okay, let's stop in at Newicks. And I am hungry as hell. I'm in one of those hangry moods. I was hungry. I'm like, okay, and I had my mind set. I'm going to have some deep fried mushrooms. I'm going to have a beer. I'm going to have some fries. And I'm going to have a big old serving, nothing else, just a big old serving of deep fried mushrooms, fries, and a beer. Biggest one they have. Oh, my mind was set on it. We drive up into the plaza. Newicks is not only closed, it's not even fucking there. There was nothing there. Like, Nancy will tell you, they leveled the pad. The building spot's just a big concrete pad. It was gone. There was nothing there. It wasn't even a close sign. There was no freaking restaurant. Oh, and the funny part is we came from the north. We were coming down. So when you enter the plaza that it's in from the north, you can't see that the building isn't there because you have to go by like one or two other buildings and then it's there. So we didn't even see it till we was like, where the hell is the restaurant? Oh my goodness. Oh, I was so pissed. It's like, man, talk about a slap in the face. It wasn't even that they were closed. Or, oh my God, it's like nothing was there. Oh my God. So that's, we're like, when did that happen? I don't know, because we don't live in Concord. So we're like, okay. So we got back on whatever the hell that is, the street, Loudon Road. I went all the way down the hill. So we went all down the heights, all the way down the hill, went to Hannaford and got ourselves some freaking mushrooms. And then we drove home and we made deep fried mushrooms. Oh man, you couldn't have written something like that, because it was like, how bad could it really be? What did I eat? No, what, like, okay, there's still a lag. Yeah. We went down to Hannaford and got some mushrooms and went home and made our own deep fried mushrooms and had a cold beer with it. So I had the same thing, but we had to make it. Oh goodness, that was something. It's like, man, you can't make that shit up. It's like, not even close, not even there. Just a wiped out pad. It's like, oh, you bastards. I was like, all the things, oh man, I want to eat something. What haven't I had in a while? It's always so good, because I didn't want a burger and I didn't want to stop. No, let's have some deep fried mushrooms. You bastards. So that's the that's the Texas Roadhouse story that has nothing to do with Texas Roadhouse. But yeah, we got online. It's like, when? Oh, okay. And she's like, hey, they're bringing a Texas Roadhouse in. It's like, good. We can drive. We don't have to drive down to Manchester. We can drive up into Concord and have Texas Roadhouse. But yeah, that was a pretty building. It was. You recall what it was before it was Newicks? Oh, good for you, Nancy. It's the best story for you. I lived it. Oh, and you can imagine I was already hangry before. It's like, so I just got it in my head. Oh yeah, this is what I'm gonna have. Yeah, no, I'm not. Not from Newicks. But do you know what? What was the place before it was Newicks? For folks not in the area, it was a big log style joint. Big. It was huge. Because Kind of reminded me of Shooter's Outpost down in Hooksett, which used to be Calico House, which was the best place to buy Western gear in New Hampshire before they left. Those bastards. Everybody's leaving me. Calico House left. Because Shooters is okay. They got a lot of good shit there. They don't have Western wear. But yeah, and then Newick's is gone. But yeah, it was a big log restaurant. Would have made an awesome. I kept telling the missus, man, if I was going to have a steakhouse, that's where I'd put it in, and it looks perfect for it. It's like, oh, wonderful stonework on the inside, big logs. I guess it wasn't up to code or some shit like that, and Newick's decided to leave, and so they're bringing in Texas Roadhouse. That's good enough. But do you know what it was? Do you remember what it was before it was Newick's? Because it was something else. Again, tonight's coffee is pistachio cream, New England brand coffee. Some sports things for a while, but didn't start as a didn't start. Yeah, it was a sports bar, wasn't it? Yeah, because they still had, even when Newick's took over, they still had all the TVs up around the bar, and you could see the way the sitting was is you could see TVs everywhere, and in fact, they still had in the upper areas they had TVs up against the wall too. So yeah, I don't recall what it was, but some sports bar. I don't know what it was. Yeah, that's right. Got another sports bar in Concord, Buffalo Wild Wings. God, I've eaten there twice. It tends to be a little bit loud for me, and man, they season their food. I like good seasonings, but I know why they do it. They oversalt and overseason it so that you buy more drinks. I get it, but it was like, whoa, tone this down just a little bit. So yeah, not my style. Buffalo Wild Wings. That's just down off the hill from the Heights. And the plaza just to the right of, as you're looking off the road, is to the right of where they got the Mexican joint. That place is pretty good. Relatively authentic Mexican food. Forget the name of the place. I can find out here. Margaritas. Wait, that's Bicentennial Square. No, that's not it. What was the name of that place? Oh, here we go. Oh, it's El Rodeo Mexican restaurant. Homestyle fare in comfy, spacious digs is what they say. At least that's what it is. They get a 4.3 out of 5 stars. Yeah, El Rodeo. Yeah, every time we've eaten there, it's like, yeah, this is good Mexican food. I mean, I had better, but especially for this, yeah, this is good. It reminds me of good stuff. So yeah, that was good. Mexican food. Sort of Tex-Mex, but more Mexican than Tex-Mex. Most people they consider Tex-Mex Mexican, and it's not. It's close, but it's not. Yeah, El Rodeo. Haven't been in years. Last time we were there was pre-Rovid time. But we enjoyed it. It's like, oh, this is Mexican food. Yep, good portions. Excuse me, good portions. Yeah, Margarita's Mexican restaurant. That's in Bicentennial Square. They're okay. It was even further time. The interesting thing about the Margarita's Mexican restaurant in Bicentennial Square, that's the one that used to be an old jail, isn't it? I think that used to be an old jail. Correct me if I'm wrong, Nancy. Nancy says used to be an Outback. Yes. Yes. It did used to be an Outback. Outback Steakhouse. I approve of the change. The Whiskey Cowboy approves of the change from the Outback Steakhouse to El Rodeo Mexicano. I wasn't impressed with the Outback's steak. I'm a steak guy. You're going to do steak, do steak. I give Texas Roadhouse steak, I give them a thumbs up. They always ask me, you want to pick out your steak? And it's like, nope, they all look good to me. And they are. Nancy says, yep, you can eat in the cells. Right, yeah, that was the Margarita's restaurant, Bicentennial Square. That's what I thought it was, because, Lord, it's been even longer since I've been to there. Trying to think. It was, I think me and the missus were with another couple when we went there the last time. So, yeah, good ambiance. Not great parking. No, not great parking. It's a walk-in. It's a walk-in. You park someplace and then you walk there. Good ambiance. Food, yeah, okay. I can't attest to it now. It was okay. I think El Rodeo was better. Hey, Donna, welcome to the show. She says, we have an El Rodeo here. 2 of those stars were made by cockroaches, but the food and portions were pretty good. Yeah, they had good portions, and the food was great. Well, no, great. It was good. It was good. For me to say great, it was good. It was Cowboy approved. It was decent Mexican food. You said you met them personally. The cockroaches. El Cacarocha. La Cacarocha, not El. La Cacarocha. L would be, L. Well, it could be L too. L and La. Both Spanish. Yeah. Yeah, it's tough to decide who you're going to give your money to. Again, especially unless you just don't have any taste buds and you don't care. It's like, no, it's money is very important. I just don't throw it away. And I've got other things that I need to spend my money on. Speaking of which, if you like the show and you like the content and you would like to help to donate to the wide variety of things, to include new stuff for the new studio within the next couple months, there's a link in the description. Every little bit helps, and it is much appreciated. But I will never, like I said, I will never put any of my content behind paywalls. Not going to happen. It annoys the shit out of me when I see somebody else. I understand why they do it, but I think everybody should be able to get good content and stuff that they think is worth their time. And if you're spending time with the Cowboy and you're spending time looking at my content and commenting on it and giving me the kudos and thumbs up that it deserves, damn it, it deserves it, then that means a lot, because time is a resource. So I don't take it lightly, people who stick around. Oh, posted up on my Facebook page. I'm still being throttled. Let me read you. I went from over 5 million reach a day, 5 million a day plus, to, let me bring up the numbers. 19,261 in 28 days. That was 28 days worth of reach. 19,261. Now, that may seem like a lot to people. That ain't shit. That ain't shit. 19,261 in 28 days. I was getting over 5 million a day before they throttled me back and shadow banned me. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Nancy says, when you cook as well as you and the missus, it's hard to justify. It is. It is. And and what's even more, we enjoy cooking. We enjoy cooking. You know, we didn't have a lot of money, had a lot of kids. So learn how to cook, learn to give good food, and you know, it's just the way it is. So yeah, it's a big deal when we drop a ducat down. A ducat. Other people use that word ducat. To somebody else. It's got to be worth it for us. You know, it's one thing you go out and you spend good money and the food's okay. And then it really sucks when you spend good money and the food sucks. Food sucks, service sucks. It's like, Jesus. Nancy says that's unbelievable. Criminal. It is criminal. It is absolutely criminal. I was getting for about 3 days, I was getting 1,000 new followers a day. In the last month, I'm looking at 28 days, 42 new followers. 28 days, 42. I used to, before, when I was being shadow banned during the Rovid, I thought 100 new followers a month was doing good for me. Then they unshadow banned me. Everybody was seeing my content. Everybody was coming to the page. All the interactions were going through the roof. This was what, 2 months ago? And then that hogwash claim of a community standards violation. And because of that, now I'm down from 5 million a day to 19,261 in 21 days. Or 28 days. Sorry about that. They need to, the same way they did with Ma Bell and phone service, they need to declare social media platforms as a public utility and run it like that. Because they are the new digital town square. And the only way that you're going to get seen and heard, you can have a website, it ain't going to be seen and heard. I have a website. Doesn't get much traffic. Of course, now that I switched almost all my stuff directly to Facebook and MeWe doesn't give me shit. We're like 280 followers there. It's like, why are you on Facebook? Well, that everybody's there. Even though they play the games that they do, everybody's on Facebook. And I look around and you go, Jesus, I'm looking at this chick's page and see some far left loony just reposts other people's shit. And she's got 150,000 followers. Like, are you kidding me? Kidding me? Jesus. And I got to scrimp and scrape for everything. Now, do not think that I'm saying this to complain, because I'm not the only one that this is happening to. But people need to know exactly what's going on and how it really affects things. And like I said, as soon as I got shadow banned and then people weren't seeing my stuff, I've got people that have subscribed to my content for years and they still thought that I was banned on Facebook because they haven't been seeing my stuff. Because they're not getting my content. And if you subscribe, if you follow somebody, that shit should go in, no matter what Facebook thinks, that should go into your feed. Because you chose it. And they're not even allowing that to happen with my content. So I tell people, come to my page every day, or at least every other day. Look for yourself. There's a lot of stuff there that you didn't get. It is absolutely criminal. I lost. I don't have a lot of people that support my content financially as it is, and I lost people that supported my content because they evidently, I would presume it's because they weren't getting it anymore, and I understand that. People are inherently lazy. If it doesn't show up in their feed, they don't go searching for it. It's like if you pay to have a newspaper delivered to your house and it doesn't get delivered to your doorstep, you don't run down to the publishing house and say, "Give me the newspaper." So I understand. Oh, my nose is itching. So I'm not bitter at people. I'm bitter at the system, and I'm bitter at the outright criminality. Oh, we got an election coming up, and we've got all sorts of coming up. Oh yeah, like I say, you go back through my content for years. Just do a search for any everything I post is accurate. Because my reputation means more than that. Again, you can disagree with me, you can whatever, I don't care, but I'm not going to be inaccurate on the facts. Nancy says, so many demands on our attention, out of sight, out of mind. Yeah, I know human nature. Yeah, Donna says she thinks it's going to get worse, at least for a while. It is. And I've already started trying to push back. I'm saying, go invite your friends. Invite your friends over. We need to try to trip the algorithms back again. Where their AI sees me as a eyeball grabber. And they take me off this damn restriction. Still get the notices. Oh, your account's in danger of being terminated for one violation that I appealed, and it's a bullshit violation. One. Judy says, real deal. I try to be. It's like I said this before, and hell, Nancy, Phil, I don't know if he's still there. I didn't. Like I said, Phil's my kid's age. People know me. It's like, you see that right there? It's yeah, that's who he is. This way, what you see is what you get. It's not a show. I'm not putting on a fake front. This is me. This is me sitting in the back by the fire pit. This is me sitting on the front porch. This is me in a Bible study. This is me. It's the way it is. And my reputation means more than stirring people up, putting out bullshit that's not real. Nancy says, absolutely. Yeah. He's an asshole in real life. Is he really this much of a prick? Yeah. No, bigger. Oh. No, and I'll let you know. I'm gonna lie to you. I'll let you know. It's like, what do you think of this? It's like when Al from Ireland, hey, what do you think of this guy? It's like, oh my God, please. I was hoping that nobody would ask me about Mule Singer. Like, no. And he's done nothing, and I've heard him on other interviews. And Jordan Peterson, he interviewed him, and everybody's, oh, he's the next darling. No, he's an asshole. He's an asshole, and that's why he lives out in the middle of nowhere, and he does his things, and he hasn't been discovered. And look, if he's got that kind of homie, whatever. Enjoy your ride that you're on. 3 months from now, nobody's going to remember him. I tell everybody what I think of Trump. It's like, and people still follow my content. Like, no. That's the biggest thing, people online. Oh, you're one of those Trumpers. You don't know me. You don't know me. No, I am a dyed-in-the-wool conservative. Classic liberal. Live a conservative lifestyle. Fiscally, financially. That would be fiscally. Fiscally conservative. Lifestyle conservative. Personal life and choices conservative. But, hey, you do your thing as long as it's with willing people, and then it's between you and God. You ask me, I'll let you know what's right and what's wrong. Try to steer you in the right choice, but right direction. But other than that, I can't save you. Don't have that power. That's between you and him. So I don't waste my time. Try to live by example. And I'm not a perfect man. I ain't a saint. I ain't a saint. But it's like, oh, I can tell you what, I'm more like Christ than what a lot of Christians think Christ was like. Nah, you fell for the Hallmark Christ. That wasn't Jesus Christ. You need to bust out that Bible again. But we've talked about that. It's like, nah. But a Christian, no. I ain't that kind of Christian. Oh, as iron shall sharpen iron. Yeah, motherfucker, we're going to get sharp. Oh. Yeah. Well, Nancy's been to Bible studies with me, so. It is what it is. It's just so much easier being you than it is being a facade. He wasn't a hippie. No. And he wasn't a carpenter either, damn it. And neither was Joseph. He wasn't a carpenter. They were day laborers. They weren't carpenters. I hate it when people say that. No, they were day laborers. Did they do carpentry? Yes. Yes, because it was part of day laboring. They did masonry, carpentry. They were day laborers. But no, he wasn't a hippie. Oh, Jesus was a socialist. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. Yeah, you're supposed to take care of, excuse me, socialism is not taking care of the sick, the elderly, and those truly in need. That's not socialism. See, because we're also commanded, those who can work but refuse to work, let them starve. Let them starve. So I posted out, let's see what I posted. That goes along hand in hand with something I posted tonight, a blurb. Said, helping those who truly can't helping those who truly can't is noble and good. Helping those who can but refuse to is not. That's enabling and bad. You're supposed to love your neighbor. Yes, you are. You're supposed to love your kids too, but not giving your kids boundaries and rules and discipline isn't loving them. Oh, Jesus loved everybody. Yes, he did. But he also said change. It was a command to change. And again, I don't care if you're a Christian. I don't care if you're a Muslim. I don't care if you're a Hindu. I don't care if you're a Buddhist or whatever. But if you're going to try to present what that particular faith says, freaking do it right. And modern Christians don't even do it right. Rainbow flag in front of a church? Get the fuck out of here. Christ would be ripping that shit down faster than he turned the tables over in the temple. Stop it. Come as you are. Yes, come as you are. But then change. Love people. Absolutely. Is it really loving somebody to enable them and to allow them to keep doing shit that you know is wrong and is going to damn their soul for eternity? Is that love? Was it Penn Jillette? Who is it? Is that his name? Penn Jillette? The comedian, the big guy. Atheist. He even says the same thing. He goes, if a Christian tries to proselytize to me and try to get me to believe in Jesus Christ, to save my soul, I am not insulted. I thank them. He's an atheist. He doesn't believe in God. But he says, but how hateful would you really be if you truly believe that the only way to salvation was this, and you didn't try to get people saved? You didn't bring them the news. You did not try to help them walk the path. How selfish and unloving is that? I go, you're right. Amen. So I don't preach a lot, but I could preach. Imagine going to the holy house of the Cowboy. Well, wouldn't be my house, but you know what I'm saying. Where the Cowboy is the lead pastor. Kind of a mix between modern, old school West, and I don't know, maybe Southern Baptist or something like that. A little fire and brimstone. It's like, no, Jesus wasn't a hippie. He wasn't a hippie. Nope. Oh, he didn't have blonde hair and brown and long blonde hair and blue eyes, and it's like, no, he didn't. No, he didn't. No. You know, you worship a brown man? No, I don't. No, I don't. I follow Jesus Christ. Not a brown man. See this. I posted about that shit today. People claiming they want we're all together, but they're doing all they can to just break everybody into smaller and smaller groups. Break everybody into smaller and smaller groups so they can pit them against each other. It's like we're one nation, one people. Stop the divisions. Nancy says, interesting. You could do it. I could do it. Yes, I could do it. It's been suggested more than once. I've had people say, are you a minister? It's like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. No. But yeah, so I try to live. That's why you don't see me very often on Facebook or any of the other things. I don't make religious arguments for things. I don't need to. Religion explains why truth is the way it is. Christ explains why truth is the way it is. But you don't need to invoke God or the Bible into everything. And it doesn't help, more so if the person doesn't believe in God or they're not a Christian, it doesn't help you because you're not starting from the same point of relevance anyways. So bring it up when it's needed. But if you can make the point not doing it, don't do it. Now I've had some Christians, they've criticized me on Facebook for that. They're like, "Oh, it's like, no. Not every single thing. Oh, I'm ordering fried shrimp. Do you know Jesus Christ? Not everything has to be back to... Oh, man. It's more annoying than CrossFit people or vegans. Stop it. Live by example. Live by example. And then people watch what you're doing. Maybe they'll emulate what you're doing, and then they'll find out why you're doing it. It's a different way of looking at it. Because I tell you what, you go in... Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ. And the majority of the people, to include people who already know, they tune you out. Do it when it's necessary. And don't let it be a go-to just because. I think that's weak. It's like people come in and they want to You write up something and they bring up, oh, blah, 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 and this is what the Bible says. If you can't articulate for yourself the truth, don't give me scripture. The same way as if you can't tell me what the scripture is saying, and again, Nancy's been around in Bible study with me. You remembering scripture and you can quote it off the top of your head does not impress me. Tell me what it means. Tell me the backstory. That impresses me. Not that you can spout a verse. You can quote mine. You can quote mine scripture. Yeah, good for you. Half the time you do that shit, you're going to be wrong anyways. Oh, we're not supposed to judge. Bullshit. Bullshit. There's 7 to 9 easy examples in scripture where it tells us when to judge, how to judge, and what to do in accordance to the judgment. Oh, it says, judge not. Yeah, judge not, lest you be judged. I.e., if you're going to judge somebody, be prepared for those exact same standards to be levied back at you. That's what it means. Oh, thou shalt not. Those of you without sin, let you cast the first stone. See, it's saying, if you're not perfect, just do whatever the hell you want to do. You can't condemn anyone. It's like, no, it's not what the scripture is saying. It's not a parable. That shit that happened. And it's cast the first stone. They were going to kill her with stones. This wasn't a metaphor. They weren't going to chastise her. They were going to kill her. Christ was talking about the punishment for sin. Those of you without sin, let you cast the first stone. It wasn't, those of you without sin, you can't judge. No, because he would have said that. They had stones in their hands. Stoning was the punishment for her sin, which was also a crime for the Jews. And Jesus said, no, we don't do that. And then he goes, helps the woman up. Now go and sin no more. Hey, let's not forget that part right there. Go and sin no more. He didn't say, kumbaya, I love you, because I'm a long-haired hippie freak. Anything you do is fine. No, he said, go and sin no more. You know what the Whiskey Cowboy says? What's Whiskey Cowboy's go and sin no more? Come on, let's see if you all know it. Waiting for that. What is the Whiskey Cowboy's go and sin no more? It's 2 words. I'm waiting. Surprised Judy or Donna or somebody hasn't said it already. Gus would have gotten it already. There you go, Nancy. Stop it. That's the Whiskey Cowboys. Go and sin no more. Stop it. Christ didn't sit down with tax collectors and prostitutes and thieves because he thought they were freaking cool dudes. He sat down with them not to network with them and to be part of the club. He sat down with them to change them. To change them. This whole idea everybody's supposed to just love each other. Kumbaya. Anything is fine. That's not love. It's not love. It's a lie. It's a lie. That the Satan, the devil, Lucifer Morningstar, the Prince of Lies. That's what he says. There's some interesting thing about that where everything in Scripture isn't talking about the same the same entity. It's not. They're not all the same. Sometimes they're just talking about the Satan or Satan as it, and it's not Lucifer. It's just the adversary, the questioner. It's actually God's right-hand man. He's keep him in line. It's like it's the questioner. It's the opposite of the yes man. It's the opposite of the yes man. And but yeah, that's the same. That's the devil, the ultimate evil force, Lucifer. However you want to say it. I had brought up I wrote an article the other day. I don't know if everybody's read it. Let's see if I can pull it up. It was about what did I call it? Happiness and Fulfillment and the Devil's Lie. If you have not read that, that was posted on the 7th. So that's 3 days ago. Go back to my page. It was published on the 7th. Happiness and Fulfillment and the Devil's Lie. And a lot of these things, and I've pointed out before, you don't even have to believe in God and you don't have to believe in the devil to see the truth in what I wrote. Go ahead and read it. Yeah, on Facebook. Yep. If you look at the pictures, it has a guy. He looks like he's a Roman with a little head thing. You know, the things that they wore. So if you scroll down, you find that guy. He's kind of looking at you. Let me see here. There you go. Go and find that picture right there. Happiness and Fulfillment and the Devil's Lie. It's the name of that little write-up. It's about modern society and the lies that people are being told, and it's why people are angry. It's why they're supposedly, we're just searching for happiness. Well, because you're doing it the wrong way. Happiness should be a byproduct of doing other things. If you do the other things, you'll be happy. Fulfillment is a byproduct of other things. If you do those other things, you'll be fulfilled and you'll be happy. If you ignore that and you go into personal pleasure, pleasure is not happiness. Pleasure is an endorphin spike. That's different than happiness. You can be happy and pleasurable. Pleasure can bring you happiness, but pleasure isn't happiness. It's an endorphin spike. And just like any other drug out there. That's why drug addicts, they lose themselves to the drug. Because they have to increase it and increase it and increase it because it's not giving them what they want. Because you can't get what you want. As I also wrote in the article, it doesn't mean don't ever do anything fun. No, do fun things. That shouldn't be your focus in life. Those who seek happiness, and that's their ultimate goal, always fail. Always fail. And I explain why. And societies that fall into self-pleasure and hedonism collapse. And I pointed out why. This isn't new information. We've known this throughout human history. Human history itself has bore this out. It is what it is. Yep. You got a bunch of clueless people running around getting the wrong information. He said the same thing about, the feminist movement. It's like, equal rights. That's all you want is equal. The feminist movement never wanted equal rights. It never did. They wanted special rights. They wanted equal rights without equal duty and responsibility. Which is why when the feminist movement started pushing the voting shit, the majority of women didn't want it because they're like, wait a minute here. But that should mean that I also have to do this and this and this and this and this that men, they have to do. So they got the right without the duty and responsibility. It was never about equal rights. We still haven't seen equal rights. Not really. And we've gone in the other way, the other direction. Women not being held accountable, men being held over accountable. It's not equal. And I've also said I don't care about equality in those measures. I don't care. I don't care that men and women are held to different standards. I don't care. I think it's great that men and women... Right, Donna says, and you never will. No, you won't. Men and women are not the same. We're designed to do different things, but we're designed to work together as a team, but to do different things. We're not indistinguishable from each other. Far from it. Far from it. So I don't care that men are held to higher standards than women are. Good. But don't fucking lie about it. Don't say, no, it's not true. Oh, women are treated worse. Bullshit. Every person in human history that was not nobility was treated like shit. We live in the best time in human history where it's as equal and fair as humanly possible, in my view. Anything more than that is going to be forcing the issue, and it causes other problems in the end. Judy says, my favorite song is Where I Find God by Larry Fleet and Morgan Wallen. Oh my God, it's beautiful. I'll have to look into that. No, men and women are not the same. Just don't gaslight about it. Talked about this shit before. You need a bunch of shit done at once, have a woman do it. Doesn't mean she's going to be an expert and do the best job in everything, but they handle multitasking better than a man does. Doesn't mean a man can't multitask. Women just tend to do it better. That's why women make great secretaries. It's not because it's a feminine job, because they have to multitask on a lot of different stuff. They're not specializing in any one thing. They need to do a lot of stuff. You ever watch what the boss does? He tends to be, this is what I do. If you want one thing done, just one thing done, and you want it done the best it can be done, you get a man to do that. Doesn't mean all men can do it, but I'm just saying. Men tend to singularly focus, task focus better than women do. We don't get distracted like women do. But on the same note, they can multitask more efficiently than a man can. Again, so nobody gets me wrong. I'm not saying men can't multitask. I'm not saying women can't do singular things. I'm saying it's a broad generality. Men are smarter than women. Men are also more stupid than women are. Judy says, I love the difference between men and women. Right. And when you say, oh, men are smarter than women, oh, how dare he say that? Because there's a lot of smart women out there. There really is. But the way the bell curve works with men and women is women as a group are in the center. Men are across the spectrum. So the smartest people in history have been men. The most stupid people in history have been men. The most violent people in history have been men. Because they're on the extremes. This is the male curve. We're here. Women are here as a group. Doesn't mean there aren't some outliers, but as a whole, that's the way it is. And that's by design. The same way as women physically mature faster than males do. Some people think, they mature mentally faster than guys. No, they don't. Watch a bunch of teenage girls when nobody's watching. They're just as stupid as the guys are. People think that they mature faster because older guys find them attractive and they want to act more mature for the guys. It's the way it is. Women mature faster physically. Why? Because it's safer and their bodies are at the peak to start raising children younger. Because everybody died sooner. Men, because we have bigger bones, more muscles, takes more time to physically mature. So where a girl 13 to 16 is at her sexual peak, and a lot of times you go, man, when they're 16 or 17, you can't tell them from a 25-year-old. Right. A male, you can tell a 14-year-old male from a 25-year-old male. Nancy says, in getting ready for Kyle's wedding, the labor was divided perfectly, as it should be. Went without a hitch because we are a team. Right. And a whole team, you can't be all quarterbacks. Can you imagine watching a football game where everybody's a quarterback, or a basketball game and everybody's a forward? Imagine watching a soccer game where everybody's like a forward. Doesn't work like that. So who's most important? Stop that. If you're still trying to argue which is most important, you've missed the whole picture. You've missed the whole picture. But a kingdom cannot have two kings. Can't. Doesn't mean that the king doesn't take into account the counsel and the best needs of those in the kingdom. And if I'm telling you, if you're a girl and you don't want to follow your man, you didn't pick the right man. Look harder. Look harder. Because when shit hits the fan, who's got to do it? Most of the time, it's not the women. And that's not putting down women. They've got a job to do, and they're freaking awesome at it. They're built for it. I've said this before. I'll lift up a car. Well, I'm not that strong, but you know what I mean. I'll lift up a car. But I can't keep a kid on my hip for 20 minutes. I can't do that. We're not built for that. Same way as rearing your children. We got generations now raised solely by women, and that's causing the destruction of this nation. The destruction of this nation. Children, both boys and girls, need a man in their life from the time they hit just before puberty until they get out on their own. They need a man. Women are fantastic at the early years in life. Men, we suck at it. Again, doesn't mean men can't do it. And it doesn't mean that all women are great. Generally, women are more suited because of their temperament, their biology, the way they think. They're designed to make sure as best as possible that child can live from birth until puberty. A little bit less than that. It's what they do. Men, we're better. Let's get out there. We're hunting. We're gathering. We're protecting. we're tilling. We're doing wars. We're doing the hard stuff. Not saying that what women do isn't hard. It is, but it's different. It's different. But then the child needs the man to come in, because men, we tend to be more analytical. We tend to be less emotional. And that's the shit that you need when you need to develop and then to become an adult. You can't live in a perpetual adolescence, which is what our society does now. Perpetual adolescence. Why? Women. And then women blame men. Oh, the men are awful. It's like most of the teachers are women. All the mothers are women, and they're raising the kids. How is a bad man the fault of men when you've done everything that you can do to push them to the side? Stop it. Pick a good man. Stay with that good man. It's the same way with sexual partners. Yeah. Men are designed to procreate as often and with as many people as they possibly can. This is not a moral issue. It's a biological issue. Women are designed to pick the best man to get the best genes to pass on to the upcoming generations. When a woman tries to act like a man, several things happen. Number one, they go, man, I heard that it was all fulfilling and I feel like shit afterwards. I feel worthless. Yeah, because you're a woman. You're not a man. Stop thinking men and women look at things the same way or feel the same way, built the same way. We're not. So pick your freaking man. Pick him right, stay with him. Marriage benefits women. Now, how do you know that? Look at all the single women running around with multiple fathers. How is that benefiting them? It's not. It's not benefiting them. It's not benefiting the child. It's not benefiting society. Marriage benefits everything. Stability gives you something, gives you protection. If you pick the right man. So we've got what, 30 years or so of the left screwing up society, saying that everything that's worked up until now is wrong. And what you really need to do is this. Think about it. That success, how's it working for you? how's it working for you? Stop it. And get married. Get married. Oh, it's just a piece of paper. Yeah, even though the marriage contract is pretty meaningless nowadays because everybody thinks of it as a legal contract, not what till death do you part. Well, fuck that. It's till I get bored or I feel like I'm unfulfilled. I need to find myself. You need to find yourself. Stop it. Find yourself. Oh, I don't need to. I'm in my mid to late 20s. I don't need to settle down because I'm living the life. Yeah, you should have had probably 2 or 3 kids by now. And a husband in a stable situation. Why? Because it's going to take you 18 years minimum for the kids to leave the house. And having kids ain't easy on you. It's not just about birthing. Having kids ain't easy on you. You think you're going to start that shit when you're 35 or 40 years old? Really? You've been lied to. Oh, but men. Yes. Because what makes a man a value takes time. It takes time. Well, men, they can do stupid things when they're young. Yes, because then the strong ones survived. Men have to be stupid to go on out and fight the freaking buffalo and to tackle the bear and to do all the things that could get you killed. Yeah. That's why part of the brain doesn't finish developing until your mid-20s. There's reasons for things. And then to treat somebody, that's what gets me too, treating a kid as if they're an adult. They're not an adult. They don't think like adults. They don't act like adults. You can't reason with them like adults, even if they're intelligent. Okay, so it's an intelligent kid. They're still a kid. Always talking shit about kids. No, I'm talking truth about kids. Love kids. Got plenty of them. Some of them still do bonehead stuff. It is. They're humans. But it is what it is, and it isn't what it isn't. Do your job as a parent, too. It's like, oh, well, kids are going to do what they're going to do anyways. They're going to make their choices. Yes, they are. But you had better do the right thing as a parent, because you're going to be judged on that. And your kids stand a much better job having a mother and a father. Not 2 fathers, not 2 mothers. Not 1 father, not 1 mother. Having a mother and a father in a committed relationship than in any other situation. That's the ideal. proven historically. Doesn't mean that you can't make do other ways. Yeah. But why would you set yourself up for less than optimal when you can go for the optimal? This is the same idea with it. Oh, I got a 380. You got a 380? Why the hell do you got a 380? Well, because the gun's smaller. You know they make small frames for 9mm, right? Because you know what a 380 is? It's an underpowered 9mm. So unless you've got a physical condition, you can't shoot a 9mm. Okay, then go with 380. But if you've got no limitations, same size, same price, why would you handicap yourself? Go with a 9. And people are doing that with relationships. They're handicapping themselves. Why? Oh, it's better than nothing. Is that the choice? This or nothing? I've never come into that situation before. For most things in life, this or nothing. Really? There's no other option. This or nothing. How about fuck you? It's like, no, you're stupid. You're stupid. Setting up a binary choice that's when life isn't binary. Like that. Sex and gender is binary. But most things in life are not this way or that way. There's multiple avenues out there. So why set yourself up for failure? What, for momentary pleasure and gratification? That at the end of the day, or shall I say the next day, you're going to feel shitty about anyways? How's that winning? How's that getting for you? Stop it. Again, go read the article I wrote. And everybody goes, man, everything's tied together. Yes. Yes. Yes, it is. Yeah. But let's throw everything out. Because everybody before us, they didn't know what the hell they were doing. It was all they're so stupid. It's like, no, you're stupid. And nothing that you're trying and saying is new. It's not new. You get the whole thing about, oh, she's showing off her beauty and she's not shaving her underarms and legs and shit like that. It's like, really? Really? You think that shit's new? Really? They've been pulling that shit since the late 50s. There's some in every generation coming up. And, oh, I'm doing something new. I'm not going to do this. Well, there's reasons why we do things as a culture. Some chick tried to argue with me online about that. It was back a week or so ago. And then she tried to say, razors are a new invention. Are you kidding me? Razors are not a new invention. Oh, people didn't shave? Really? They were shaving in Mesopotamia, for crying out loud. First recorded history, people were shaving. Men shaved their face. They used sharp blades to remove hair from their head and from their face and various body parts. It's nothing new. Nothing new about that. The safety razor is new. Shaving isn't new. Going without hair isn't new. Where you lived, what time you lived. Any number of factors. Fashion and hygiene standards have changed throughout human history, morphing in different directions. The same way was it with dreadlocks. Yeah, just about every culture, they had dreadlocks. It's nothing new. In fact, it wasn't first seen in Africa. Ain't nothing new. Learn, figure this shit out. The same ways, watch the Viking show, and they've got tattoos on their head and shaved heads. The Vikings didn't shave their freaking heads. Looks good in a movie, because that's what we envision. No, the Vikings valued hair, and they valued cleanliness. So long, shiny, clean hair was a sign of virility. Why the hell would you shave your head? These people don't know what the hell they're talking about. Stop it. Yet they're going to be the first to tell you how stupid you are, and you don't know what the hell. Like I told the chick, it's like, you don't want to. I started listing off stuff. It's like, you don't want to talk to me about body hair. Number one, if the Whiskey Cowboy jumps in on something, I'm not going to jump in blind. I'm not like most people on the internet. I'm just going to spout off a bunch of shit. No, if I say something, I know what the hell I'm talking about. Because if I don't, I'll say I don't know what I'm talking about, and I won't even join in anyways. Again, done it time and time on the show. Somebody brings up something, hey, that's new to me. Let's find out. Because I like to find out shit. There's no shame in not knowing. There is shame in not knowing, thinking you know, and running your mouth about it. Stop it. Oh, you think you know everything. No, I don't think I know everything. There's a lot I don't know. But the difference between me and you is you keep running your mouth and showing the world what you don't know about. I open up my mouth about the shit that I do know about. Therefore, everything I open up my mouth about, I know about. Funny how that works, isn't it? It's not that I know everything. If I don't know, I just don't talk about it. Or let's find out. If it's something that interests me. That's the difference. It's pretty easy. Save yourself from looking like an idiot. Stop it. Get yourself a good man. Get yourself a good woman. Raise some kids. Do your job as a parent. Do your job. Whether they turn out good or bad, do your job. Don't not do your job because I don't know what they're going to do when they grow up. No, do your freaking job. That's on you. Imagine going to church that I'm a pastor of. Boy, it'll be a different flavor of church there. Different flavor. But it's caring. It's truly caring. It's not caring to tell people lies and to keep them going down the wrong path. It's not caring. Oh, did you get people in the pews? Yeah. You get the seats in the pews, and you might get some donations. Yeah. But you're going to have to answer. What are you doing, steering them the wrong? Do not be a stumbling block. Scripture too. Do not be a stumbling block. A lot of churches are being stumbling blocks. They're not even just being stumbling blocks. They're just giant holes in the ground, and they're just rushing people into it because they're feeling good. Oh, they're feeling good. Yeah, that's how it works, right? No. Stop it. Well, you're not perfect. You're damn right I'm not. You're damn right I'm not. Yeah. Judy says I would go to your church, preach. Yeah. It's like, come on, folks. We can turn it around. And a lot of the shit, it's not. You don't have to be a Christian to understand the truth of my words. You don't have to be. I got people that follow my content that are Christians. I've got some Muslims. I got atheists. I've got straight. I've got gay. I never mistreat them. I don't mistreat people because of it's like, look, if you're gay, you know my stand on it. You know my stand on it. That's for you to work out, though. You're not trying to screw me. It's like, I've said this too. It's like, if you're a guy and you say, hey, man, thank you. But no, thank you. No, it's not the way I go. But thank you. If anybody finds you attractive, take it for what it is. It doesn't make you gay. Judy says, but it helps. I don't know. Oh, it helps to be a Christian? There's a lot of, yeah, it does help. But the thing is a lot of modern Christians, they don't get, I call them Christians by lineage. They're just Christians because their parents were Christians and their grandparents were Christians, and Western society is now based on Judeo-Christian values. It's the default. It's not what saves you. I'd first rather people be good. Again, good affects me. Right affects me. Fair affects me and society around you. Salvation, that's different. That's between you and God. Again, I'll help point the direction, but that's between you and God. I'm not involved. Hope you get your shit straight. But until then, I'd just rather you be a good person. I'd rather that you treat people around you fairly, correctly, righteously, whether you're a Christian or not. Because that affects everybody. A lot of Christians don't understand. Yeah, you become a member of a church. And you don't do shit right. Church is supposed to give you, there's like a 3-step process as laid out by Scripture. And if you still ain't get your shit straight, you can't be a member of that church. I tell you, hit the road. Oh, that's so unchristianly. No, that's actually very Christianly. It's very Christianly. You got to have standards. Everything is standards. You have to have discernment. You have to be right. We'll all fail. Yeah. Yeah, we'll all fail. We all fail. But as long as you're genuinely trying, and you're genuinely sorry, that's what matters. It's walking the path. We all stumble. It's like, oh, we stumble, so fuck it, I'm going off-road. Hey, since nobody's perfect, I'm just going to shoot off into some other direction. I'm going to live my life with the way I want to, because you know what? We all fail. It's like, No, it's not the way it works. Perfection is the goal, not the standard. Let me say that again. Perfection is the goal, not the standard. It's pretty simple. Judy says, I have an amazing love affair with God. Well, I don't. People who are so judgy, but I don't mind. I know exactly what I have with him. People, not so much. No, I get that. I get that. See, that's a womanism right there. That's a womanism. Guys don't say that. I have a love affair with God. That's a womanism. We had some songs. I went to the same church that Nancy went to. I don't know if she's still going to that church. But good many years ago. And they had some hymns. It's a modern church. They had some hymns. And again, no. Can't sing them. Don't get it. No, that's a little weird for me. I love God. I love God. I'm not in love with God. Nor should I be in love with God. See, being in love and having a love affair means something totally different than a love for, like, I love my kids. I'm not in love with my kids. Women sometimes say they're in love with their kids. Again, it's an emotional thing. I get it. But you can go, okay, when they're 3, I get it. When they're 13, stop that shit. Right. Nancy says, "Oh, they were bad. Jesus is not my boyfriend." Oh, yeah. 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 Some of the hymns that they were singing, they're all modern. So it's like, yeah, not. No. No. Do you still go to that church? Nancy? John's a good guy. I just think John was too young to be a lead pastor. He would have made an awesome youth minister. His son, on the other hand, should not have been a youth minister, but that's he was too wild and too much their friends. John would have made a great youth minister. She goes, not for years. Yeah, I ran into John, goodness, it had to have been 5 or 6 years ago. I ran into him in a grocery store. He's like, "Oh, so I'm John. Hey, do you remember?" It's like, yeah, I remember who you are. Everybody remembers me. But yeah, I know who you are. Yeah, John. Yeah, you used to call me up and ask me for advice. We'd go down to Dunkin' Donuts and talk about things. Yeah, I know you. Right, Judy says, not literally a love affair. LOI, I love him better than anyone. Right. But see, you're using terminology that, again, you help me make my point. How you saw it in your head was not how men see it, and even a lot of people, or even what you would think if you stop and took a step back. You go, wait a minute, no, that's not how I meant it. Well, that's what you said. It means something totally different. Nancy says, John is a great guy. He was just too young. Yeah. Well, I said that too. Inexperienced, great guy, good head on his shoulders. It jumped into the deep end. He wasn't ready for it. Great guy. Would have made a wonderful youth pastor at some established church. And then progress later on and become a lead pastor. Great guy. Again, got nothing to do with it. There were some rocky roads, like why I was not asked to be a a deacon of the church or a took offense to it. Oh, those who want power, they shouldn't get. It's like, it's not want power. I was doing the job. Doing the job. When you're doing the job and the guy that you're going to for advice, because I'm too abrasive. It's like, yeah, that's when I stepped out of the church. It's like, no, not. Great guy, just young. Judy says, I do that in life. As general, yeah. Always say too much. No, that's okay. You let it rip. You didn't tap the brakes first. That's fine. Nancy says, yes, a lot went wrong. The youth ministry was horrible. Yeah. Yes. There was a lot wrong. Yeah. I don't want people to think that I'm bashing the church. I haven't mentioned any names. I just mentioned John. I'm not mentioning the name of the church. I did a lot of shit for the church. I created stuff for the church. I ran their food pantry program, and I said, and this is one of the things when I went in is if we do this, it should be not to augment somebody's subsistence for the rest of their life. By all means, take care of an immediate need, but then find out why they need that and correct it so that they're no longer drawing from the food pantry. Because just giving to people all the time doesn't solve the problem. You're not doing good. You're doing good if you take care of the problem immediately and then work so that they are self-sufficient. That's doing good. Also did the collections and stuff. So yeah, I was doing things with the church. I was doing things. What can you do, though, right? I think he did the best he could. I just don't think that he wasn't aged enough prepared enough or had the wisdom to be in the position that he was in. Would have been a wonderful youth minister. And that's a shame. And yeah, I'm not going to get into their youth ministry. I know too much about, and I'm sure you do too. Yeah, know too much about that. But it is what it is. Live and learn. I hope that they're doing well. Peggy says, I have to leave now. Good night, all. And thank you, John. You're most welcome, Peggy. Thank you for stopping in on the show. But yeah, that was that. That was that whole situation. It's fine. I was up front with John, and then said goodbye. Yeah. But yeah, that was long. That was a good. Oh Lord, that was. That had to have been close to 20 years ago. That was quite the amount of time. Let's see here. Yeah, it seems like the show's been running smooth. Awesome, fantastic. Oh, it's 10:31. Nancy says, me too. I still keep in touch. Oh, yeah, good. Yeah. I wouldn't mind sitting down and having a cup of coffee with him and talking with him and stuff like that. Hope the church is doing well. It was not a fit. It was not a fit for me for a wide range of reasons. Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that. I don't mind. See, people need to find the church that is a good fit for them, but they also have to make sure the church isn't being a stumbling block. It no longer is. Oh, the church doesn't exist anymore? Because last I knew, they had just moved a location, and he had gotten a new house or something like that. He had how many kids does he have now? Does he have 4 kids? 4 kids now. I can't remember how many kids he had, and they're all young. And both him and his wife were. His wife was a sweet gal, cute couple. Not for years. It turned into something larger. Is he still the lead pastor, or did he move on? Yeah, see, I didn't know that. Now there's a relatively new church, and it's larger. And every time I pass it going into Concord, I'm like, that reminds me of, and I don't think it is, but I'd laugh if it is. Do you know the Next Level Church? It's out on Sheep Davis Road. It's the backside of the mall, and between the mall and Sam's Club, and you run on out towards 5 Kids. Yeah. The church meets at Concord Christian. Yeah, I don't know that one. But yeah, the next level church is on Sheep Davis Road, going towards Pembroke. And it's on the left-hand side, just past. I think it's just past. It's either just before. I think it's just before. Was it PlayStation, Play Date, some crap like that? Said yes, they went bankrupt. Some scandal. Oh, the John's original church? Oh, Next Level, that is, went bankrupt. They're still there. I still see their parking lot's full every Sunday. Every time I've passed it. But it reminded me very much of that type of a church. That type of a church. Some new way, they call it non-denominational. I don't know if they are, but generally churches with that name are non-denominational. John's church was a non-denominational. Mine would probably, if I was a lead pastor, probably be a non-denominational. They closed down about 4 months ago. Oh, you're kidding? Because they just put another steeple, or is that no? That another one, that's a new one just down the road. Okay, because Next Level is the the Next Level was the what? It used to be an old senior home or something like that. It's like a 1-floor building. And then the other one down the road, and they have they put in a new steeple this last summer, I think, in the front. It used to be like a big square warehouse. I don't know. But yeah, okay. So Next Level closed down. I might be in my head thinking of the two different churches. Yeah, I warn people about new wave or non-denominational churches. It's like, yeah. Now, that doesn't mean if you go to a standard denomination, that you're not going to have problems, because a lot of times they do, especially nowadays. Again, I go by a church and they're flying a rainbow flag. It's like, oh, you're a church flying a rainbow flag. You know what the rainbow signifies, right? It doesn't signify homosexuality. Stop it. That's Jesus would have never been okay with that. Stop it. And there's a difference between attending a church and being a member of a church. A lot of people don't understand that too. You can go to a church your whole life and never be a member of the church. If my memory serves me, I was a member of John's church. Till I wasn't. Everybody's going, man, that must have been an interesting conversation. Yeah, I think fuck you was said more than once in the conversation. Like I said, not that kind of a Christian. But it was fine. It was fine. We cleared the air and oh. Again, you go, oh, Jesus wouldn't have talked like that. Oh, yeah? Right. Go back and read Scripture. He said some not so nice. He said some unsavory things. The difference is he used terminologies that we don't use today. When he says that people are a pit of vipers, that's colorful and we know what it means. He's saying some serious shit for his time. Yeah. Don't confuse because he's not using the same terminology that we use today, that he was not a little harsh. He chastised his disciples more than once. And those were his disciples. Yeah. We are to sharpen each other as iron sharpens iron. Now, how are you going to do that if you're all just going in the same direction? Yeah. It says, I loved how much you and Kathy would spar in our small group. Yeah, because Kathy didn't know what she was talking about. I know that sounds bad. You weren't there. No, she had a good, She looked at Scripture very superficially, without knowledge of history, culture, circumstance, so you get into a lot of pitfalls. She's brought up nothing that she brought up as you Nancy would, nothing that she said or any of the stuff that she pointed out wasn't something that I had already heard before and was prepared to counter. It's like, because people get locked in. And sometimes locking in is fine, but other times it's like, it becomes very cliche. And I tried to be nice. I think I was nice. I didn't roll over. I didn't secede a point that I knew was incorrect. But I think we did a lot of iron work. Yeah. Kathy, yeah. Colored gal. Here we go. Colored. Was she purple? No, she was a black gal. Yeah. How dare you say that? Well, if she had red hair, if that was her big decision, I'd say, yeah, the chick with red hair. No, she was colored. Colored, black. Sounds weird saying colored. Back in it's colored gals. No, Kathy. Yeah. Well intended. It's also we had a gender mixed Bible study group, so yep, didn't she share one of those marketing yeah. Yeah, she did. Yeah. If that's her last name, I'm not even going to try to butcher that one. I can say Kathy. Or was that the marketing screen things? Yeah, I know it was some multi-level marketing. There was a shit ton of them back then anyways. They had the freaking... oh, that's what she sold? Yeah. Yeah, there was a ton of them. What was another one? It was the Amway's new multi-level marketing program. What the hell was it? Quickstar. Quickstar was big back then. Oh my goodness. It's like, man, take us back. Take it back a few years. Yeah, it's like, no, it's all hogwash. But yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we had a both gender Bible studies. They're okay. They're okay. I just think that generally, I like them separated. You gotta keep them separated. Dun, 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 dun. I just, because you don't get egos or power plays as much when you separate the genders in those types of situations. Kathy and I butted heads a little bit, and some women might think that I'm just trying to dominate. I'm not. I'm the same way with guys and girls. I'm going to treat you the same. In fact, I'll generally treat you a little bit nicer, but I'm not going to let you steamroll me on shit because you're a gal. Not happening. Generally, guys get the hint really quick. They do. They just do. It gets sorted out. Women take a little bit longer, especially women that are used to being in charge or not spoken back to. And you go, well, men are the same way. It's like, no, we look at things a little bit differently. The dynamics are totally different. Totally different. And the problem is a lot of times you'll let the women go a little bit too far. Where if a guy was to do the same thing, guys quit that shit really quick. They get it out of the way. When it comes with women, you just let them roll, and you hope that they'll gas out, and that's fine. But when they don't, then you're going to come in hard, and it's like, no, I don't want to do this shit. No, none of us needs this crap. None of us needs this crap. Take the guy, let's go out and arm wrestle. Oh, We're different. We're different. Here you go. I'll never attend a church that has a female pastor in it. Won't do it. And there's a billion reasons why. A billion reasons why. Oh, you're a sexist. You go ahead and you go to that church. Listen to what they're preaching. You listen to how they deal with people. You go to a church with a strong man that's leading the congregation, and you see the difference. Remember that thing about children, women and men? Applies in the church as well, for the same damn reasons. It's like, oh my goodness, John's ruffling feathers. Welcome to my world. This ain't my first rodeo. But I'll be honest about it. It's fine. It's whatever. I don't care. You want to go to a church that's pastored by a woman? You go for it. Go for it. Good luck. Just don't ask the missus about women on motorcycles, though, because she's even worse than I am. We talked about this in shows. It's like, yeah, I don't care if a woman's riding a motorcycle. Please just be size appropriate. Oh, boy, the missus, she cannot stand it. She cannot stand it. Women are supposed to be on the back. It's okay, baby. Oh, man, we have been all over the map tonight. I don't know if, is Philip still with us? You still with us, Philip? Still with us, Philip? Don't know. Hope he sends me an email. He's probably going to tell me a bunch of stuff that I already knew. And then I go, okay, it's a cost benefit analysis. I can get everything I need to do to soundproof for my needs for about, like I said, about $70. And the problem is going out and trying to get creative and using this other stuff. You can't get it in small enough sizes or in ways that are, it's got to look attractive. I can't have it look like crap. Yeah. Even though I'm the only one that sees it, it's like, look, if it does about the same thing and I only have to pay $10 more to make it look nice, I'll pay the $10. That's not a problem. I'm not going to pinch my pennies someplace else. So I got the camera and the lens is the same thing. It's like, where's my budget and what can I get and what's no? If I can't get this, I'll get nothing at all. It's like, spend a shit ton of money. It's my money. Can all help me out. Those who would like to help me pay for the camera, because it's paid for. I mean, it is paid for, but if you would like to help reimburse me for it, the link is in the description. Again, anyone who would like to help support the content, be it whatever it is, here or elsewhere, you can make a single payment, a single donation, or of whatever amount, or a monthly donation of as little or as much as you want. Keep in mind, some of that doesn't get to me. So if you go, I'm going to give you $1 a month, I'm not seeing $1 a month. I'm seeing about 45 cents, 48 maybe. I don't know, something like that. That's what I'm seeing, because there is a transfer fee and then there's a percentage that goes out. So for me to see any, if you give 5, I see most of the 5. If you give me 1, I don't even see half of that. It's the way it works. But I'm not telling you what to give, whatever. And then it can be canceled at any time. If you'd like to help support the content, follow the other link in the description, and it'll tell you all the ways that you can help support without spending a dime. And they are very important as well, especially right now, being that Facebook is pulling their hogwash. Yeah, I was going to say something else. It's like, I don't know what I was going to say. Oh, goodness. Goodness gracious. Again, show update. From 3 times to 2 times, I'm going to do because a lot of shit's happening. Wednesday and Sunday. Same time. instead of 3 times, 2 times. It gives me more days in between shows, because I do other stuff as well. If all I did was shows, I'd do them every night. The problem is that's not all I do. So that's on top of the other stuff. So, and then I got chicken stuff to do. I got property stuff to clear in Vermont. I've got Lord Almighty, a lot of stuff. So I figure reduce the amount of shows, but have the shows still be good. Hope they're good. Hope folks enjoy them. And go with Wednesday and Sunday. That gives me 3 days between one, and then 2 days between the other. Instead of like before, it's like from Sunday to Tuesday. I get 1 day off, 1 evening off. Yeah, my evenings are important. My evenings are important. Like I said, I do not drink on show nights. I drink coffee. Oh my God, he has to drink. Look, I have a couple pours. I don't take sleeping medicine and stuff like that. So I have a couple pours of whiskey. Over a couple hours in the evening. He takes 2 shots. No, I have a couple pours, and it lasts me all evening. I sip my whiskey. And I relax. I chat with the missus. We bitch about shit. No, we don't always. No, we don't always. And then sometimes I call up Gus. Say, Gus. Or he calls me. Hey, yeah, what do you want? But Judy says, I'm glad you were able to have a show tonight. I know you are busy, but I needed it. I like to relax here. Nancy also says, you made a whole show. Good night, all. Thanks for showing up, Nancy. I'm sure you got plenty to tell the hubby, and again, give Kyle and his new missus, give them my best. Pennsylvania. No, Pennsylvania. It's only 6 hours. You'll be fine. And you're most welcome, Judy. The missus was like, you don't have to do a show. I said, people are going to need the show. There's people that need the show. And again, it's different than most all the other shows out there. And I like it that way. Let's just talk about things. Tonight we went in weird directions. We went into church and gospel and the gospel, not just gospel, the gospel, Christ, and all sorts of other stuff. It's not the way the show works all the time. You never know. Here's the thing. You never know what we're going to talk about on the Whiskey Cowboy Live. But again, I thank you all for showing up. Next show is Wednesday. So I'll see you there. Hope everybody's week starts out well. Watch my content online. Nancy, yes, go and read the article. Go and read the article about happiness. What is it like? Happiness, fulfillment, and the devil's lies. It's just typical John shit. You go, yeah. And you don't have to be a Christian. You don't have to. The truth is there. The truth is there. So again, thank you all for tuning in tonight. Enjoyed the lively discussion. Donna, I don't know if she's still around. Judy, Nancy, Phil, Orion, who else? I don't know. If I missed your name, sorry. Thank you for joining the show. I'll see you next Wednesday. See you online tomorrow. God bless and take care.